Aloha, everyone. I hope you are doing your deep breathing on a regular basis and seeing the benefit of that practice. Welcome to Dr. P's Facets of Life series. This is pod number 18. Today's topic, the yin and yang of anger. Anger is a very complex emotional state, and it is experienced by all of us in many different ways for the duration of our lifetime. Because it can play such a huge role in our lives, I felt it was worth talking about. For some of us, it is a topic that rarely or never gets discussed except when anger is negative, frequent, and causing problems in some way, or in many ways. However, I believe there are two sides to anger, the useful or productive side and the useless or destructive side. Let's talk first about the useful side. The useful side of anger can act like a set of gauges for our own moral compass, our beliefs and our values, and our personal boundaries. Anger can be triggered by anything that violates those things or threatens to violate those things. Our anger can also be triggered on behalf of others, as in a situation where we are aware that someone is being treated unfairly or improperly. This reaction on our part can be based on our personal principles as well as generally accepted social norms. By the way, those social norms can be a moving target. When useful anger is triggered, it may motivate us to act in some way that makes our objections known to others. We might voice our disapproval or come to the defense of others. It definitely gives us an opportunity to establish or remind others of personal or societal boundaries. Ultimately, useful anger can be a worthwhile form of communication. I should note that the manner in which we express that anger needs to be in a non-aggressive manner. So on the flip side, we have useless or destructive anger. At the very least, it can be emotionally and physiologically damaging to ourselves, and I'm sorry to say, to others who may be the witness or object of that anger. The reasons for destructive anger are numerous, but some examples might be narcissism, depression, immaturity, selfishness, frustration, sociopathic tendencies, alcohol or substance abuse, and poor self-esteem. These are just some of the most common explanations for angry behavior. Regardless of any underlying causes, the lack of control or management of that anger can be exhausting, stressful, a waste of personal power, and destructive to many aspects of one's life and one's relationships. For the person who cannot control his or her anger, there are anger management professionals who can help. Unfortunately, many angry people are in denial about their problem or feel they are justified in losing control and disrespecting others in the process. Sometimes it takes a serious loss before those people wake up to the impact of their chosen behavior. For the person or persons who are the object of someone's anger, there are a few things that person can do. Try to ignore the behavior, distance oneself from that person, empathize with the angry person, approach the person and respectfully explain your observation and objection. Do so with I statements that might be taken with less offense. One thing is for sure, if you care about the angry person or are obligated to be around that person, you must voice your concern. Ignoring the situation is a form of enabling that person. So, appropriate and deliberate anger can be a positive, productive, and useful tool in our patterns of chosen behaviors. But inappropriate anger is always destructive in some way, whether to the perpetrator or even worse, the object or objects of that malicious behavior. That kind of anger is always toxic to someone. Well, that's it for this time. I hope you will always try to be aware of your behavior toward others, for your sake and for theirs. This is Dr. P saying aloha.